massive mistake, which involves me having to rip apart the engine of my Mark 5 Golf again. And yeah, I've got some upgrades to do. Stay tuned. So with me being a complete heavy-handed idiot, I fitted a new KO4 turbo. Yeah, I know the cover's broken, I've taped it. So I fitted a new KO4 turbo, new second-hand. So in the last video, I fitted a KO4 turbo, new second-hand. Yeah, new turbo. It's new to me anyway. And I think where I didn't, sorry for the noise, there's actually a tractor over there cutting the grass, but where I didn't leave enough space in between the bulkhead and the engine, I had to ram the turbo in, and I've actually cracked the turbo. So luckily the crack is only on, it's not on the housing, well I hope not anyway, but yeah, so I've actually cracked the turbo. I've done the first start up and the turbo was actually pissing out with oil. So I've got to strip the turbo off and refit it. So because it's just the core that's cracked on the turbo, I bought a new one. So this is enhanced turbos, which I was recommended by the guy who's going to be mapping my car. And I've actually got a billet 360 bearing, anti-surge core, whatever that means, a hybrid core to go inside the turbo. So in today's video, I'm ripping out the turbo again. I'm going to hybrid it, and it's going to be full send because this apparently makes more power, I hope. So yeah, I'm not going to waste too much time because on the last video you've already seen me rip out the turbo, I think. So yeah, I'll come back once the turbo's out or once anything happens and go from there. So this is the turbo out, and it only took me 30 minutes to get it out. I'm well happy. Like, there's a mess up there, but hey ho. Look at this. So the cast has split. I don't know if that was me, but yeah, that's not good at all. So I've got a whole new turbine to go in, so I'm going to strip this turbo down, and hopefully the housing isn't damaged. I fucking hope not. Excuse my French, don't demonetize me, but I'm not monetized anyway. But yeah, let's rip this apart and go from there. So what I've done is I've just marked the housing so I know that the turbo's not going to go back on twisted. I just used the ruler, put a ruler on, I just marked it. So then now I know when I put the new turbine in, it's not gonna, or the new core, whatever, when I put that in, it's gonna be all good. So I separated the turbo. This is the aftermath of the turbo housing, or the turbo core, sorry. Look at all that metal. I just pulled it all out of there. So all I've got to do now, I just got to blitz this, give it a good old scrub, and I'll fit that new core. I might set up a tripod. Like, I'm not doing it in the cleanest environment, so I'm doing it on my drive. It was all unexpected, but yeah, time to start building this back up. Look at it. So I'm gonna give all this a good scrub. I don't know if any of this is damaged, or I've no idea. But I've got my old KO3 over there, so I'm going to take it apart and just compare. Because if this is damaged, I've got to buy a new turbo, whether it's faulty or working or what, and swap everything over, and I really can't be bothered to do that. I need to get this on the road. So I've given the turbo a good clean up. I've checked for cracks. There's no cracks. It's just a couple of little scratches along there. I think I got very lucky, because I didn't actually drive the car. All I've done was turn it over and seen oil coming out. This is my hybrid billet core. from Enhanced Turbos. So I basically got everything now. Time to rebuild it and get this turbo back in the car, and I'll see if I can get it in as quick as I got it out. Doubt it, but you never know. So this is the turbo now built with the hybrid core inside. It spins perfect. So yeah, before it gets dark I gotta get this turbo in because it's remap day tomorrow. Wish me luck. Right, so I've got some explaining to do. Since the last video that you've seen of me about to put in my hybrid turbo after it completely shut itself, I fitted it, went to the tuner. So he had it for a couple of days to do like a couple of little bits that I missed out, and he mapped the car. So then on the test run, because it was a road map, on the test run, once it had been mapped, under boost it was getting a really bad misfire. So it was only under boost, so I thought it was a bit odd, and turns out it was the spark plugs, which is no big deal. They're like £7 each or something. So I changed all 4 spark plugs, and I noticed when I changed them that they were all covered in oil. So I was dreading the worst. I done a full compression test, full compression across all 4 cylinders, so I knew it was good. So I changed the rocker cover gasket and the plugs. Misfire is now gone. And then my actuator on the turbo that I've just rebuilt sees solid. So it was boosting, and then all of a sudden it just jammed solid. So then the turbo had to come off again for the 3rd time, and I had to put an uprated actuator on the turbo, which was a ball ache, because to be able to set it up right, the turbo has to come off. Well, I done it anyway. So that was more money, more expense in gaskets and time and little bits. So once a new actuator was set up, it had to go back to the tuner again to make sure it was all set up right. So I'm currently running low boost. Well, I say it's low boost, the thing flies. The tuner seems to think is around 320 to 340 bhp. Until we get it on a dyno, we don't know. But yeah, I've had nothing but the odd like sort of issues and teething problems, and I just give up on videoing it because I just thought it's just too stressful. I should have recorded every single bit of it, but yeah, I'm overdue a haircut, overdue a shave. I've gained about 2 stone because of Christmas, so I hope you all had a good Christmas. Yeah, like I've done loads of little bits to the car that I've just not documented, which I probably should have really. Like I've put a new Apple CarPlay head unit in, I've done loads of little bits. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the petrol station, gonna fill up, and I'll show you what this car drives like, and try and see if I can get some little clips. I'm not sure what I can get. It's not the driest out, and this car likes to spin up now. So yeah, I'll show you some few goodies that I've just been buying out of stupidity, but hopefully it'll pay for itself when you lot decide to subscribe and give me 1,000 subscribers, because I'm currently on 750, so I'm 3/4 of the way there now. But yeah, let's start her up and get to the petrol station. Right, so I'm just leaving the petrol station, if I can. Just gonna drive out into the bit of the country. But since having this car mapped and getting all the little niggly bits done to it, it drives like a normal car. It's not loud, it's not complete asbo. Like, until you put your foot down, everyone slags off the exhaust system that I fitted on this, but I didn't want it to be, like I say, Asbo. I didn't want that. I want it just to be a normal sort of daily car, and then when I put my foot down, it makes a nice tone, and this exhaust definitely does that. So look, I'm driving now 40 in a country lane, and it just sounds like stock, which I like. I'll let it get out of the temperature a little bit, and then yeah, we just go from there. This is the first time I've ever mounted a GoPro while driving as well, so let me know if I can do anything with the angles. Let me know if I'm just waffling on, because yeah, this is completely new to me. But yeah, like, it just drives like a normal car, which I'm well happy about. Don't get me wrong, there's a couple of little bits with the tune that need sort of fine tuning, and like, it's a roadmap, so you're not going to get it perfect first time. Like, I've noticed there's like a slight fuel cut when you're in high revs in like third gear, fourth gear. So when you get to about 5,000 RPM, it sort of splutters a little bit. And I'm hoping that's down to the tune, or it might need like a better air intake, and you know, it might need a bigger front mount intercooler. But for the minute, like, on acceleration, this thing is pretty nuts compared to what it was standard. Hopefully I'll get past this learner in a minute, and when I get into the national I can open it up. Like, listen to this. From second gear, 30 mile an hour second gear. Traction control kicked in a lot then because it's so wet. So let me turn off traction. That's one thing I love about this hybrid turbo. I don't know if all KO4s are like it. I've never had a KO4 car before, but the noise from the turbo, like just the chirping that this turbo does, and the whistle is just nuts. I wish I was brave enough to mount the GoPro onto the bumper of the car, but I'm not making any money off YouTube, so if I lose this GoPro, is all I've got. But you put your foot down in lower gears, this thing just spins, so you got to ease your way into it. Once you're in it, I don't know if you heard that pop. But for so safe 320 brake, this is insane. One thing I do need to get done is the big brake kit that's in my shed, because these brakes just do not like it at all. I need suspension, I need brakes, and I've also got a hidden gem in my shed waiting to go on. I will tell you what it is a gearbox with a Quaife diff and a full single mass pedal clutch. And yeah, so I was going to buy it all off him, including the clutch, but in the end I only ended up getting just the gearbox with the Quaife diff. I'm going to buy a clutch brand new, because it's just one of them parts that once it's in, you just want to set it and forget it, you know. I think the LSD would make a massive difference, and then I've got a lot of poly bushes and performance mods and stuff, like handling mods to go on. The one thing I'm debating on is coilovers. I want to get a set of AP coilovers, but then I don't want to spend the 500 quid on AP coilovers. Oh, actually, I'll go back around this way. I was looking at a set second hand, but people want big money for second hand coilovers, and I'd rather buy new. But yeah, I am like more than happy with this. There's a few tweaks that need to happen, like the fuel cut and, like, you know, just a couple of little bits, but the rest is just bolt on handling mods now. it needs a good clean because I've just abandoned it and neglected it. But since having this turbo fitted and the map, I think I probably covered best part of 500 miles, and that was when it was having issues, you know, all the testing. So probably about 400 miles I would say it's been running how it is now, and I can't fault it. As I say, this is a budget build, so I've done everything cheap but not too cheap, you know. I didn't want to go skimping out buying a Chinese turbo and then it blows up as soon as I start the car, even though that happened with the KO4 anyway. But you know, I didn't want it to pack up. I've done it as good as I can for as little money. And like I say, I bought this LSD box. That wasn't cheap, but it was cheap compared to buying a new diff and getting it fitted, because I know it's a ball ache and that's not something I would do. So yeah, hopefully the LSD does really well. I'm just waffling on now, aren't I? But third gear, 3,500 revs. That's quite high revs, you know, and it's not until you get to 4,000 is when it opens up. And it just does that. Right, day's completely gone. It is winter time in England, so it's pitch black now and it's only like 4 o'clock. But yeah, so I'm just in my dark shed with as much light as I got. This video was just a bit of an update really on everything that's going on, because I've not put anything out on me golf in what, a couple of like 6 weeks, something like that. But yeah, next video is upgrades. We got loads of new parts, loads of little tiny fiddly bits to do near the rain hitting the roof. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm not sure how this video is going to turn out, but yeah, make sure you smash that thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever. And yeah, make sure you subscribe for the next videos, because I got brakes, I've got poly bushes, I've got a gearbox with LSD, new clutch. This car is just going to be completely transformed, ready for when the track's open in early spring sort of time, and we're going to have some fun. I'm waffling on again, I know I am. But yeah, Happy New Year and all the best.